Stay connected to chat. Now live. Now live. No enemies here. Oh, finally have the chat. Il Duce Pancaldi, you're there. Got 5 people. Now says 1 people. This is Stuka Joe. We're at ConsimWorld Expo 2021, Thursday. Just played a game of Frederick. Yeah. Mike Curtis, how you doing? And I can read these texts a lot easier than the other ones. To make a long story short, Pete Meithoff. Hi, Pete. And Jackster Fire. This is great. I can read these. To make a long story short, yesterday I was streaming, and my experience in covering conventions is that some people like to be filmed and others don't. Rob Bailey, so a gentleman told me that he didn't want to be filmed, and I erroneously, instead of deleting that part of the video, because now YouTube has an editor, I just hit the wrong button. I deleted the whole stream. Well, that's pitfalls of YouTube live streaming. So I'm gonna move the camera in a little while. It is Thursday. I think it's like 3 in the afternoon, and for some reason, some people have left. I'm still here. I'm going to be until Saturday afternoon or Saturday night. Got interviews tomorrow. I did an interview with Randy Lean of Legion War Games. That was a recorded interview, talking about the upcoming games and the ones that are in their pre-publication schedule. And tomorrow I have an interview with John Butterfield. Now I haven't decided if I'm gonna make it live or I'm gonna make it recorded. I may make it live, because my guess is that tomorrow is gonna be even less noise than today. So it'll come out great. Yeah, you like the interview. Thanks, Mike. Where are the dancing girls? Well, that's the... I'll tell John about it. See, hey, maybe that's a good idea to attract more people. So we see here, I was playing with these fellows, some of them, Friedrich. This is a European game that I had seen in all these conventions. Now they're playing the Napoleonic Wars. And I came in second, which is pretty good, with the French and Friedrich. So in a while I'll pick up the camera and start walking around the tables. Poindexter Games. Oh, they're in Quebec? Yeah, probably. Oh, I see this cable in the middle. Let me get this out of the way. Some people asked me to go by the table of the fellows that are playing the Utah game. There's a huge company-level Utah beach simulation, which I mistook for the big game by GMT on Invasion of Normandy, and they're still playing. So let's see here, and video's very crisp, yes, because this is Streamlabs app, which I tried yesterday, but the chat wouldn't come up. Now the chat is coming up, so I'll just walk around. I mean, no other place to go. I'll try to establish eye contact, and if somebody wants to talk to me, I will. And if not, I won't. That's the way it is. So these are the fellows here. Let me turn this mic on. Okay. This is the Utah Beach game, which is by MMP. I'll come back. Okay, hit the wrong camera, guys. Back, sorry. Back camera, here we are, okay. So, let's see. There's a couple of tables that are still raging on. No time for trumpets. No, it's not smelly here. But the other thing, I don't have a lot of sense of smell anyway, so. Oh, NATO again, running again. Been a lot of NATO tables. Let me see what this is. War in the Pacific. This is the old SPI. Quick look. War in the Pacific. Time for trumpets over here. This is the ALAO game. Still raging. Very intense. And here we have Jeffrey Phipps with the Mons playtest. You got Gallipoli there, but it's just mounted, and it never snows. I should change it to it never ends, because they're always there, and they have even donuts. Shattered States. Well, this is a play test, definitely. And Thunder in the East. Raging on again. There's Hell's Highway and Downfall over here.
No, if you retreat almost.
So still ongoing there, the 5 maps.
Yes. How are you?
All right, how you doing?
Good. I'm having a blast.
Oh,
This
great.
is a good game. This is a really good game. You want me to-
Is there any one that you prefer over the others?
I mean, they're all integrated into the same campaign.
Oh, okay.
But this one is pretty brutal. We're going to have a lot of city fighting up here. And it's going to be pretty gnarly with all this stuff coming in. It's all going to converge on Hamburg. So yeah, this is the 7 Days to the Rhine game.
Oh, okay.
It's,
It's going to be a collector's edition, right? Because this is Modern War, right?
Yes, this is the 55 was the last magazine for
Yeah.
it. So.
Okay.
But it's a fast-moving game, really enjoyable.
Well, you got a lot of counters there.
Yeah, and it's a real simple system. I'm able, I think, to probably get through a couple more turns this evening.
Oh, great.
And out of 12, there's 12 turns total, and we'll have to see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Looks good. We have Joe Chacon, and they're playing.
So this guy's out of command.
It's a Napoleonic game.
His efficiency is 6. I'm sorry, his efficiency is 4. So he'd have to roll 4 less, and he gets to put all his guys in command. If he fails that, they are all out of command for the turn. people that are away, away from
Yes, Bruno is here. Let's see. I think they're picking up here the World in Flames. The great battles of the American Civil War is raging. So I can get this cable out of the way.
All these people in the world to read it that way. It's a small. Like we just came down from pause. Then you'd say we're just nuts. Well, sure, I guess.
I say that quite must be that one because Bill's always addressing somebody on the internet, and I'm saying, Bill, he's just nuts.
So now, after all of that discussion, you can put a no fire on him and he can't fire.
Oh, let me see what's over here. Oh, this is the Rappahannock gang. Oh, it's getting pretty involved here. I wonder, this is Fredericksburg or something like that. And here's this one before.
This is
Sturm Europa.
really true. It's strategic World War II.
Oh, yes, yeah, I like the little one pieces. It look nice.
Oh yeah,
And everything looks comfortably. There's enough space for the pieces there.
That is true.
I always like a game that you can look at it and immediately know what's going on without having to
Pick up stacks, or
Yeah.
knock everything over. Oops.
counting factors and
Amen to that.
yeah.
but one supply lets the two people move
It's got some tiles here.
because
They can't fight. Only one guy can fight. The other guy's in reserve.
how can I increase my
Okay. So they're playing that game over there. So I'm moving around with the camera. What I see here is pretty smooth. So, but I don't know what you guys are seeing over there. I'm trying to go slow. Another attempt to check out Mr. President. Well, let's give it a shot. Yeah, sure. Why not? So here we go. We're here outside the ballroom. In the courtyard now.
So, interestingly, yeah, that's why I needed that. It's because someone paid me with that, and I emptied my bank
The bar is that way, but I'm not going to the bar. So. Any jamon? No jamon. I just jamon. Come on, Duce. This one's closed. Is it Cabeto, Mike? It's the one you told me yesterday, unless I'm in the wrong one. Let's see over here. Because here are the La Bataille guys. La Bataille. Which I promised to go in there, but let me see. And I think it was Cabeto. Yeah, because I walked there, but no, there's nothing there. Let me see this other one over here. I think they left. colonnade. Yeah, it's, no. Yeah. There are a lot of people in there.
You want to come in, Jose?
We're live streaming. Is it okay?
That is fine. You can talk with the gentleman who created the new Battle of Berlin.
Battle of Berlin.
Battle of Berlin. This is
It was his fault.
well, here I can fill you in on what we have going on this table at least. So this is the Battle of Dennewitz, which took place in 1813. It's Marshal Ney leading 3 corps of French up the road to try to capture Berlin. And the Prussians, with their 4th Corps and Bülow, put a stop to it historically. And so right now we are playing this through where the French have gotten a little bit north of Dennewitz.
Yeah.
They have been stopped, so they're not going up the road yet. And then they're being attacked sort of along their line of advance by the Prussian and Allied forces.
And is this a published game or a playtest?
This game will be published and it will be shipped in early October.
Okay.
So there are still, the Marshall Enterprise people usually just print about 400 of the titles. And so at this point, I think they've sold over 300. So if anyone's interested, 350. So if anyone's interested, they'd probably want to go to the Marshall Enterprise website to purchase it. But this is the Lovetai system that's been around for almost 50 years now. And
Wow, you're really old.
but these counters are very
True
nice.
tested.
You can zoom in and
No,
look
the
at it.
counters are, yes.
Very colorful. They imitate the style and color of the.
Switch the camera here now. Let's get close to.
1 to 1.5.
Not that camera.
Yeah, but they have similar uniform coloring to the actual units.
These
There.
dark gray are what, Prussians?
Yeah, so it's the Prussians on this side, and then they're faced opposite by the French. And the French have a number of German allies. These are Würzburgers, there's Saxons down there, there's Poles, there's Italians. So at this point, in 1813, Napoleon is trying to cobble together troops after the disasters in Russia.
I don't see huge stacks. How is the stacking in? Does it vary by battle?
For the most part, the stacks are, maybe you have a couple of battalions that would stack, and maybe an artillery piece in one battalion.
Okay.
So it's not crazy with the stacks. It's fairly reasonable, and it's pretty easy to see where the lines are. So in that regard, it makes it easy. And then this is a pretty good sized battle that they're doing. And
That's a nice dice tower there. Huh?
Yeah, I keep looking for one.
Okay.
And then what's going on over here, these gentlemen are playing an earlier attempt for the French to capture Berlin. So after the debacle in Russia, the Prussians joined the coalition against the French. And so in this particular scenario, it's Marshal Unadot attacking with 3 corps up towards Berlin. But as you see in this case, he's coming up 3 or 4 different roads.
Yeah, I see the roads. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's being stymied then by the Prussians. And so Ney's attack at Dennewitz was several months later, where he decided, I'm not going to go up 3 different roads and get kind of defeated in detail. I'll go up 1 road, kind of a thing. But the forces that are used at these battles are very similar. It's the same French corps that are involved, and it's almost the same, Prussian units as well. So.
But I mean, for but what
And,
about for recreation?
This is the one that we were
Yeah,
filming
this is
the
what
other
we
day.
looked at before. This is Friedland, and we're a little on in the day here at Friedland, but the Russians have made a strong defensive line here, defending the approaches to Friedland. The other elements of the Russian line have swung around and sort of penned in the French here between this stream and the woods, and so the French are kind of on the back foot here, and so at this particular stage, it's very unlikely that the French will be able to achieve any victory, and more likely than not, it'll be a Russian victory with where things are with this.
That's Napoleon actually won this one, right?
He did, and in large part, this is the one thing that's hard to simulate. If you have the army commander is feeling ill, how do you simulate that in a battle? Obviously,
Maybe you play drunk or something like that.
Well, that's a great idea. By a strange coincidence, the room is right by the bar. We can go over there and get hammered before we play. But yes, it is hard to kind of simulate some of the things that happened with the actual historical.
Yeah, it happens in many war games where there was a surprising victory, something that wasn't expected, because the other side was fumbling all over the place. So,
or you have the fog of war. I mean, one of the things that we have playing a lot of these games is, well, you know when the reinforcements are coming in, and you know where the reinforcements are coming in, and so to a certain extent you can try to do something while the real historical commanders didn't have that information, and so therefore they would have been more cautious. But still, a lot of fun. This was a really great game. We've been doing a little bit of it off and on since we started doing the playtesting for the Battle of Berlin games.
Well, Eric, thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Jose.
I'm gonna keep on walking around, and you're gonna be here until the weekend.
Yeah, we'll be here. I think we'll be playing all day tomorrow. We should have some sort of conclusion with both of the battles, and then we will have like a debriefing where we all talk about the scenarios, we talk about the mechanics, what worked, what didn't work. They still have time to make adjustments to everything before it goes off to the publisher.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the insight. Okay.
All right, be well.
Take care.
Things that you twist and stretch and so forth, it's really,
Excuse me.
it's really good for, you can really feel it, it's working on it.
So that was La Batalla. One question, guys. Yesterday I got some feedback that for some reason my voice could be heard louder than the person that I'm talking to. I tried to rearrange my mic so that's not the case. It's a rocky road. It's shake, 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 and not smooth. And this one is smooth, 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 but no chat until now. So. But okay, good. And if you can't understand what, because the microphone one is too loud or one too soft, let me know. I'll try to do something here. It's always a tough challenge because it's an environment with a lot of sound, but that's part of what comes with this hobby here. And these are playing like Star Trek here. What is this, Star Trek?
Battlestar.
Oh, Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica.
So it's over?
No.
Oh, okay.
Player to come back.
Oh, okay.
President's the brig.
We have one declared Cylon, and one of the four of us is the other Cylon, but
Oh, see.
the person is secret right now. We don't know who it is. We think we know who it is.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's that kind of the game that
Yes.
Yes.
you have to find out who is what.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Great game. One of the most popular games. One of my favorite games.
Okay, well, gentlemen, enjoy.
Thank you.
Okay. Have here a great rebellion over here. I think the airplane tournament ended. I don't know. Back in the ballroom. Still sitting. Oh, Mike, I'll tell him. Mike Bertuccelli says hi. Steve is a great guy. I had lunch with him yesterday. Steve, Mike Bertuccelli says hi.
Oh, hey, Mike. Big Mike. He's a good man. See you in October, we hope, Mike.
Okay, there he is. You got it. See, Mike, we found somebody that you were talking about, finally. We found Steve. Okay, that's good.
You get the freedom.
Wade, you know Wade Hyatt?
What?
Wade Hyatt?
Yes.
He says hello.
Oh, Wade Hyatt?
Yeah, he's made some comments about you not taking pictures of the trumpet game up here, Bruno's game. He's complaining that you're not taking pictures of it and putting it online.
That's a shame on me. Yeah. I'll go. The thing is, every time that table scares me. Those guys are intense there.
Yes, they are.
It's like this is the way I see it this way, and I understand. You've been reading the rules for 2 months, waiting for ConsimWorld to happen, and now you're playing a time for trumpet, and now the other guy made a mistake. Now I'm gonna exact my revenge, and here comes some guy with a camera. Hey, you mind if I ask you some questions about the game?
We're actually friendly.
Oh, okay. I'll drop by later.
They're just old and grumpy.
I know. So this is the Mark Simonich game. The only reason I don't have this one is because the map doesn't fit on my table.
Well, you're gonna get his next.
Time for a new house.
What?
Gonna get this next.
Oh, the Salerno, definitely, yeah. That one will fit, yeah.
I
This is
playtest all his games.
This
All
is
of them?
a drive on Stalingrad, the old SBI one, done right.
What?
So if you don't drive on Stalingrad from SBI,
Yes, the
the Panzer Group Guderian series, right?
Drive on Stalingrad. That's the one, the flat box that has 2 maps.
Yes.
Yes.
This is that game, same thing, except for it's done right.
Oh well, yeah. It's the
game
same
system-
campaign, yeah.
Yeah, same campaign, but it's different system, but it really plays really well.
You know,
Whereas
Mark-
that one didn't.
Mark Simonich is the reason I bought certain command magazines in the 80s. You would see who's a map artist of Mark Simonich because the map is like the foundation of the game. There's no good games with bad maps, with ambiguous maps and things you can't. And it was always.
Would be the exception. 'Cause
And
that's a bad map.
Which one?
Horse in Pocket. Remember Jack Grady?
Oh, and they're redoing that one.
They are redoing it.
Yeah.
They've been redoing that one for 12 years.
Well, okay. Well, let's see. Let's see if they finally come out. But with Simonich with Command Magazine, it reminds me like Simonson. Didn't have a lot of colors, but the maps were incredible, and there was no ambiguities. Everything was clear. So it's good to see
How are you
here.
doing this year? Tell us about you and what you're up to.
Well, right now I'm live streaming.
Oh, you are. So
yeah.
this conversation is recorded for his.
Well, I mean it's recorded anyway. So I'm going to conventions. I go to a convention in Spain. I come to this convention since 2018. I'm revamping the equipment I have. So I like to make playthroughs. I like now I'm interviewing designers. I'm going to interview John Butterfield tomorrow.
Good.
I interviewed Randy Lean from Legion War Games today. And I'm here to help. I like to I'm doing sequence of play cards for games that have a lot of phases. I did the CDG solo method that GMT's gonna publish. So I like to chip in. I'm not a designer or anything, but just to help out to make games easier to play.
You're great.
Well, thank you.
You get a vote.
Okay, a thumbs up.
You're the next president.
Okay. Well, thank you. It's a terrific game. Okay, thank you.
All right, boss.
Okay.
You could have bid just one. Knowing.
Okay.
Is my next bid 4? Or can I bid?
This is Versailles over here.
You already bid the 3?
Somebody asked me to point the camera here. Axis Empires.
Which one is that?
This Axis, this is a Neo-Axis Empires. See the box there?
So, and they give the website when you go by that. The one guy's got
Oh, I didn't like that. You guys been recorded. Hell's Highway. Thunder in the East. Let me give you a view of the whole ballroom, everything, so you can see. Okay, let me see. That's. So this is the view of the whole thing. Thanks, Mike. Glad you like the playthroughs. Time for trumpets. Okay, I'll go by the guys. Time for trumpets. I'll go. I don't know if right now, but.
Yeah, because I just you should come after.
Problem is, if I do it corporate, it's expensive. I just want to pick part of it.
Oh, we're here on the other side. You know, Mike Denson has his tournament. I think it's the final still pending. Wanna maybe catch a little bit of that, but see if I can settle down here. Just a second. And take a look at your chats. These conventions, you got to be very careful walking around with a camera because you can bump into some 2,000 counter game and shift the whole Russian front. So, okay. You got Mark Gould from Edmonton. Yeah, I know it's normally it's not this empty. I think everything has a pro and a con, you know. But probably you can hear better because it's not that empty. But of course, we like these to be full, but that's what it is. You got Steven. And I got some pizza here to the side. Let's see. Okay. I went to the shop today and tried to see if that Shenandoah game was there, but nope, no Shenandoah game. I did acquire, let me see, Jaws of Victory by New England Simulation. I think I said that yesterday, I'm not sure. And I was given a copy of Splendid Little War, and I was given counter sheets with national flags of countries in World War I and World War II. And the one counter sheet has the would say what is politically correct flags. So you won't see the real German flag, and the other one has the real German flag, World War II. Hey Bruno, how you doing?
Stuka pizza if you need any.
I've seen that action so intense here, and everybody's telling me, go over the time for trumpet guys, they're really nice guys, and I said, but man, they're so intense playing that game.
Have some pizza.
Oh, pizza, can I have some?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, thank you, Bruno. Having a duce, eat your heart out. Oh, got some pizza at ConsimWorld Expo. That's a first for me. Pizza's booby trap, too late. Okay. So. The good thing, I'm sitting in a chair. I can do this. I can rotate, and you can see the whole thing. Next year, I'll be signing up for that Down in Flames tournament. The chairs are really good. Very comfortable. Can't complain about these chairs. The tables, the only complaint I have, okay, let me show you guys. You see, it's two tables joined together there, and the problem sometimes when you join them there, and they're not exactly the same height, you see that the map kind of shifts and everything, so. But I mean, that's a minor quibble. So, Jeff, you're gonna, no, she said Joshua's gonna fly against me. Well, Joshua will give you a Gloucester Gladiator, and I'll have a Spitfire, Messerschmitt, okay? Pizza's good. Yes, they bring plexi. Yeah, people. I know they bring. John Kranz, I think, facilitates somehow some sheets of plexiglass. So there's a number of those available. But some people bring their own.
Stuka, remember not to talk with your mouth full.
I got a show. We're gonna have to fill the air with something. Thanks. So, got Michael Mellon from Maryland. That old chestnut. Let me see here also. Battle of the Bulge is a favorite. I mean, you can see why. It's in the same game, the Germans attack first, and then the Allies attack later. So there's a sense of urgency for the Germans to reach the Meuse. So that's always an entertaining situation. I mean, it makes for a good game. And I think Bruno designed the 1981 Avalon Hill version of Battle of the Bulge. And it's the one that has Patton on the cover. Now this year, they instilled a new rule. We don't have Alan Emmerich in the in the, what do you say it? The last day of the convention, you have the, how do you call this? The bidding, they put up certain games for bidding, the auction. And this year, Alan's not here, and that auction is worth the price of admission because the guy is amazing. And I hope he makes it next year. So they put a rule that those games that are left there in the in the flea market, they cannot be auctioned off. So they put that rule there. I always pick at least one game from the auction. I never picked up a jewel or anything, but I picked up once an SPI game, Leningrad game. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
All right.
You having some?
Yeah.
They gave us an extra pizza.
What do you mean?
We had 3 pizzas, and we went to, the Spinelli's or whatever, and the gal, I think she was high.
They gave you 3 instead of 2?
Yeah, we ate one, and so they gave us an extra pizza.
You're not going to let it rot, right? No. It's really good.
It's very good. The crust is excellent. The crust is excellent.
Oh, you have another new one down there. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll think about it because I just ate, what did I eat? Mediterranean. So it's a dangerous combination of pizza and...
Well, let me just tell you.
Well,
It's not lechon.
well, you know lechon.
Podemos hablar en español, naturalmente.
Ah, habría alguien que habla español aquí, qué bueno.
Sí, sí. Yo soy de Tico.
¿Cómo?
Tico. Yo soy Tico. Yo nací en Costa Rica.
Ah, en Costa Rica.
Pero mis padres son italianos.
Ok.
Yo possiamo parlare anche in italiano.
Ah, qué bueno. Estoy live streaming. Tengo 35 personas viendo esto aquí.
Qué bueno.
Así que quieren estar aquí, dicen que está vacío, pero...
Sí, porque yo fui a la escuela de medicina en Miami.
Ah, ok.
Naturalmente, si quiero comer alguna cosa, que hay 8.
Ah, no,
Naturalmente.
Sitio, de hecho, hay de sobra ahí.
Sí, sí, sí.
Qué bueno.
Muy bueno, muy bueno.
Qué bueno, porque...
Por esa razón me gusta Miami, pero el tráfico es imposible.
Imposible.
Completamente imposible.
Ah, bueno. Pues qué bueno que eres un, como dicen en español dicen huargamero.
Sí, sí, sí.
Con mucho gusto, José Ruiz.
Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Di Girolami.
Ok, un placer, Ricardo.
Sí, Ricardo.
Okay.
Con 2 Cs.
Ah, ok.
2 Cs.
Ricardo.
Porque son italianos.
Pues muy bien, Ricardo, muchas gracias. Hasta luego.
Gracias a usted.
Ok, gracias. Well, I practice my Spanish. Okay, so you're getting hungry. Pizza, yeah, but I gotta, yeah. There's Michael Rinella and James Mosman. I played with James and played was it Brotherhood and Unity? And James actually won with the Bosniaks. I was the Serbs, and I think I finished that. I finished last, James. I don't remember. It was a close contest for last between the Serbs and the Croats. So I don't know. I'm gonna give just a stroll through this is the corner of despair here for the games that nobody wants. See, here's the one I wanted to buy. The problem is I sent the message, never got a response, and you know what happened? That I don't want to buy it anymore. I said, and then Mo said the rule book had 40 pages, 30 something, and I go, well, no. But I know somebody once wrote to me they wanted a copy of Lords of the Sierra Madre. It's supposed to be a good game and hard to find. I don't know what condition that one is.
So do we want to put it down?
You're welcome, Ken. Oh, see this. You never know. There might be still a jewel in here. You never know. You never know. So.
Because the core can move.
Yes, Pearl Harbor. Yes, I'm signed up for Pearl Harbor myself too. Who thought? I mean, you never see Pearl Harbor. You see it always in little small games that are like throwaways. But the key, I think, is that you want to play the alternate history Pearl Harbor, which could be very interesting. There's a lot of planes there. Taking a look here. There's this game. It's going for $100, so that's why it's still there. You know, I talked to some of the designers here, and when a game gets designed, it's all excitement for us, the players. But for the designer is sick of the game because it's been working on the game for years, and then at the end, when it's finally produced, there's always a checking and double and triple checking, and I've noticed that experience because I'm helping out Godfrey Bailey in Hill of Doves, and I've done like I don't know 60 versions of the cards, and I mean it's understandable. It doesn't go out until it's right. It's as simple as that. No, Cuba Libre. No, they're played. Oh, did they play another? They invited me to play this morning another coin game, but I wasn't here this morning. So I think they played another coin game that is not Cuba Libre. Maybe, what's the Vietnam game? I went blank there with the Vietnam game. See, this is like the first edition of Ici la France. This is by Legion when it came with this sleeve format. Now you have the nice boxed edition. You got Gandhi and Shrink. You can miss the most embarrassing errors because you've been so close to a game. That's right, because you get tunnel vision. So I was speaking to I think Doug Johnson, who is works for Decision Games of the magazines. He told me there's now, with the magazines, there's a 3-group play test. So they give it to one group, then to a second group. So it's like a three-tier blind test. Look at this. Oh, this is Panzer Grenadier. Okay. Mm-hmm. They left the Shiloh Church off the map, yeah? Those things happen. You always need a couple of fresh eyes to look at things. And even still, you know, things go through the cracks. And here's this game that I badmouthed of War Men. It's still here. Good luck, buddy. So when I finish here, I'm going to be checking the transmission. It looks smooth here, which is amazing because the internet in this room is not that great. I don't know how smooth it looks on your end, but here for me it looks smooth in the camera. So guys, I'll be wrapping up right now, and maybe later that tonight I'll do another round. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time, I'll be interviewing around that time, John Butterfield. He has that Downfall game that looks fantastic. That's a game that was started by Chad Jensen. And I got an opportunity to ask John in the elevator that something was very strange there, because I don't know, this is a strategic game, and I don't know of any strategic game designed by Chad Jensen. It's basically, his games are mostly tactical and grand tactical, right? And then I asked John, hey, how about yourself? Your games are like The only strategic game you could say is RAF because it covers the whole theater there, but it's like strategic operational. But it's strange because I don't know any strategic games that they have designed something like that. So it got him thinking. So he'll probably tell me that he's designed a strategic game before, maybe when he was with SPI. So if you know of any strategic game designed by Chad Jensen or John Butterfield, let me know. So because that's something that I found interesting, that they would together combine efforts in a type of war game that they've never done before. And from what I've seen, the game looks very interesting. But of course, I don't know the mechanics, I don't know the rules, I've just seen the map. And so we got Oak Drift. This is as close as well. This is how the conventions are. The ones I've gone are like this. Clear and smooth at 720p. Yes, it's we all want to do 4K and stuff like that, but the good, trustworthy 720p doesn't fail. So I think I'm gonna cut it right now here. So guys, thanks for tuning in. We have 35 viewers, and we have been on for 53 minutes. So, as I always say, this is Stuka Joe signing off for now, and thanks for watching, guys.